Hello, everyone out there. My name is Diola Johnson, and I am excited. I'm super excited to be here today because finally the anticipated March 2020 is here. Woo! Viewers, our speakers are all loaded. They are ready to take us on this ride. And it promises to be a life transforming time out. You know, I just want to implore you to get your writing materials, to get your recorders, to get you set even for this ride. Everything you need, I want you to seize every moment all the way because it promises to be life transforming. And I am going to take this ride with you. I'm going to be anchoring this program with you all the way. And to kickstart the talk of tonight is no other person than Tunde Akintemi. Tunde Akintemi is based in the United States of America. He is an ICT expert and is going to be taking us on tech possibilities and opportunities, my experience. Stay tuned. Happy listening.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to EMERGE2020 Idea Conference. It's a great privilege to come into your offices, into your homes, into your churches, mosque, organization, wherever you're watching us from online right now. Thank you so much for taking time out to be part of this conference. I want to salute the organizer of the conference in the person of my friend, Osage Johnson and his team. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for allowing me to come and, share my experience in IT, with you. I want to say this before I go on, that success in life is not by chance. Success in life is not by luck. Success in life is not because you have a beautiful face or because you have a beautiful career in the university. It is because of choice. Success in life is a function of the choices you make. You are where you are today because of the choices you made yesterday, and you will be where you will be tomorrow because of the choices you're making today and tomorrow and the next day. So make the right choice. First of all, you made a right choice attending this conference. Then we need to follow up, because knowledge is no power until it is put into action. If you hear something and you don't put what you have heard into practice, there is no point hearing it in the first place. It is better to be a doer of what you hear. It is better to hear little and practice those things than to hear so much and do nothing. So many people procrastinate in life, and every time you see people who procrastinate, you have seen people who are not going anywhere. Don't be a man of excuse that I have no man, I have no connection, I have no this. You have God, and God is the ultimate connection that you need. As long as you have God, then you have everything. You have everything. God can lead you to the right people that can help your career path, irrespective of where you are. I didn't start my career as an IT. I started, as a geologist. It was in my final year that I made a switch. And, it doesn't matter where you start from. I did not start as an IT person. I fell in love with IT in my final year, and I made a switch in my final year. I graduated as a geologist, but I started practicing IT even before I graduated, and that is the story of my life in a nutshell. Even when I was posted to serve in a company that, was into oil services in Port Harcourt where I served, I chose to work in a small IT organization because I knew what I wanted out of my life. Today, by the grace of God, I will be sharing five basic things, which I labeled plain, PLAIN. That's how I broke down my presentation today. So come along with me and let's have a great time. I trust God that you will not leave the same way you came. Now, I have just told you that life is all about the choices that you make. Today we are looking at tech possibilities and opportunities. My experience, for those of you who are just joining us, I'm looking at tech possibility and opportunities. My experience, so I said I'm looking at five things. That is purpose, learning, apprenticeship, identify a need, and then networking. Now, let me ask you a question. Why are you going into IT, or why are you in IT? This is one question that everyone who will be successful in life has to ask themselves. You have to. Everyone that will be successful have to ask this cogent question. You have to ask this question. Why am I going into IT, or why am I into IT? Because if the purpose of a thing is not known, then abuse is inevitable. If you don't know why you are going into IT in the first place, then you are going to abuse your skill. You're going to abuse your talent. You're going to abuse your opportunities. You're going to abuse your privileges. You're going to abuse the opportunities that are going to come your way. It is sad today there are so many young people in Nigeria that are into fraudulent activities, that are using their skill to make money in a fraudulent way. And it's sad because many of them didn't really have a good motive for starting IT. If money is your reason for going into IT, then you already started on a wrong note. You already started on a wrong note. Money should be the least reason why you go into IT. Money should be the least reason why you go into IT. Your motive for going into IT with a wrong motive will expose you to people that will destroy you. Hear me very well. Going into IT with a wrong motive will destroy you, will end up destroying you. Making money or getting rich should never be your number one reason for going into the tech industry. Money should be your least reason. I mean, if you look on the left side of your screen, money was the least reason why I went into IT. I went into IT because I wanted to solve problems. I wanted to create jobs. I wanted to be satisfied in life, and I wanted to fulfill my purpose. I felt like IT was going to give me a platform to do all of this, and also to make money. Don't get me wrong, money making is good. It's a difficult life to be poor. Bill Gates said something: it is not your fault if you're born poor, but it is your fault if you die poor. So being poor is terrible because you're limited in choice. You're limited in what you can do. You're limited in the food you eat. You're limited in places you live. You're limited in how you travel. I mean, I've traveled in business class, and I can tell you the difference is clear. It's easier. I slept better when I was in a business class cabin. So I understand that money answers a lot of things for us. So it's good to make money, but we should not go into any business, especially IT, because we want to make money. That's why you have a lot of fraudsters, all over in Nigeria. Nigeria is seen as the headquarters of fraudsters because many young people go and train themselves in cybersecurity or software development only to use the skill to do nefarious activities. Hear me and hear me very well. Wealth that is gotten by vanity will soon diminish. It cannot give you lasting happiness. Money doesn't give happiness. Money doesn't give happiness. If you have to cheat someone, or if you have to make somebody to go into bankruptcy, or you have to take somebody's own retirement saving just to make money, then you have already invited trouble into your future. I can tell you that. Don't make money from other people's pain. Don't cause people mystery. Don't make people cry. It is time that the image of Nigeria change, and it starts with you and with me. We have to go into techie industry with the right motive. Don't be a certified ethical hacker at the end of the day to now be using your skill to hack other people's accounts. It is wrong. You can never find lasting happiness doing this. So money should be your least reason for going into IT. We need to settle that first. Then after that part is settled, then we look at the next thing, what do you need for you to be a great IT consultant in the future? Which takes me to my point number 2, which is learning. Time is your most valuable asset in the school of success. How you spend your time is a reflection to me of your values in life and an indication of where you are heading in life. How you spend your time is a reflection of your values and an indication of where you are heading in life. If you spend all your time watching games, playing games, going to club, having fun, watching reality TV show, which is a common thing in Nigeria these days, these guys, they spend time building their content. They spend time developing their movies. They spend time doing all that they are showing you. So you cannot spend all your time on Instagram or Twitter or all of this platform when you are supposed to be investing the time. Investing in yourself today will prepare you for dominance tomorrow. How do you spend money that you have today? Do you spend money buying clothes, expensive clothes? You want to shine so that you can post on Instagram and do all these things, when you can use some of the money you get from your parents or other people to invest in yourself? Develop yourself. Don't just invest in your physical body. I mean, looking good is good business. I don't have any problem with looking good. But you have to develop your mind, because your mind is the seat of, or the center of your progress. Your mind is the seat where all the decisions you make in life are taken. So why won't you invest in your mind? Why won't you develop your mental capacity? Because the more you know, the better your life. The more you know, the better your life. So invest your time wisely, and there are some questions that you can ask yourself if you want to go into IT. What area of tech do you want to go into? Do I want to go into hardware support, networking, communications, project management, software development, database management, cloud computing? I started from an hardware level. I started as an hardware support person. I learned how to couple a computer, and then I graduated from that moment. Then I learned networking, and after I learned how to network, then I decided it is time to learn database management. And then I went to AppTech. I invested in myself. Every time I was going to one school or the other to invest in myself, to learn. And I'm seeing a good return on my investment today, because when I was young, I decided, to invest in myself. By the grace of God, I started my business like 10 years ago, but I have a lot of opportunities today because of IT. But it took an investment in myself in the past for me to achieve all of this. And then the next question I want you to ask yourself, what kind of resource do I need to get started? You might need some certification like CompTIA, CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, Microsoft Certified Professional, Microsoft Certified System Engineer, Microsoft Certified System Developer, PMP, Project Management Professional. You need all this, or a Certified Ethical Hacker, or an Oracle Certified Professional. These are all, certification that will help your career. And where are all these resources available? Some of these things are offered in universities or polytechnics and other institutions. I'm not talking about this certification. I'm talking about learning so that you can go and write this certification. Some of the courses are offered in universities, polytechnic, and other institutions like NIT and AppTech. They will help to prepare you to write all this professional examination. Then you can also get some of them online, and they are free. So you can take advantage of them, and you can also get them from mentors. I learned a lot from a lot of people that mentored me. So when all this, after you have learned and you are now prepared, to start out, don't just jump into starting a business. Let me say this. Not everyone will be a Bill Gates or a Zuckerberg that left Harvard to go and start a business. Sometimes you need to join yourself with an already established organization where you can learn. Learning should be followed by serving. You should find a platform to serve. One of the reasons why apprenticeship and mentorship is necessary, is because it gives you a platform to enhance your skill. There is a popular saying that if you work with the wise, you will be wise. When you work in an organization, you will see people that will challenge you. You will see people that will motivate you. You will see people that will inspire you. When you are surrounded by people who are going somewhere, you also want to go somewhere. You know, you are inspired. I had my mentors, my bosses, Mr. Tunde and Femi Ajinoyo. They taught me a lot of things. When I worked with them in that list, I sat with them for 10 years. You know, they taught me objection handling. They taught me how to write proposals. They taught me how to network. They taught me the power of relationship. They taught me the power of projection, seeing the market ahead of time. These are things that I learned from my bosses. You know, so it's good to be an apprentice. It's good to be mentored, because that will help you to be prepared in life. You know, if you walk with the wise, you will surely be wise. And when you are serving with someone, please make sure that you are faithful and loyal and committed to excellence when you are there. I never saw myself as an employee, but an employer in training. I'm going to repeat that. I never saw myself as an employee, but an employer in training. I was committed to excellence. I was passionate about the job. I was passionate about winning. I was so much results driven. It pained me every time we lost a contract or a job. When I go for a presentation and they ended up giving the job to somebody else, I go home sad, as if I just lost the business, because I saw their business as my business. I was the head of IT for the company for 10 years, and by the grace of God, God helped us to do a lot of business. We won a lot of contracts. We did a lot of business with banks, with organizations like Glasgow, and so many, the federal government, so many jobs. But you know, every contract that we chased, I chased them with my own heart, with the whole of my heart. Not because they were going to give me bonus, but because I saw it as winning for them. A win for them is a win for me. A win for my company was a win for me. So I was result driven. I was passionate about winning. I got calls at 2 a.m. at times, and I would wake up, leave a pregnant, wife, in the house to go to Marina or to go to VI to go and solve a problem all the way from Surulere where I was living, because of why I was results driven. I was teachable. You know, my boss sometimes will rebuke me, and I took the rebuke with all humility. I was not into arguing with him and saying, they were not into IT. Both of them, they were not IT people. I knew much better than them when it comes to IT, but they knew better than me when it comes to business. So I was humble enough to learn from them. And one other thing is, I also taught a lot of people. The more you give, the more you get. The more you give, the more you get. When you teach people, one of the things that gives me joy today is seeing some of the people that work with me saying, Sati, thank you for investing in me. Thank you for giving me a platform. Serve your bosses and your mentors as if you are serving the Lord. Do it as if you are serving God. Don't cheat them or defraud them. Be honest with them. Don't take their business. Don't take their customers. That was one thing I settled in my heart before I left my company. I said, no, I am going to look for my own business when I start my business, because I don't want to take their business. Because you become a boss one day, and the law of seed time and harvest will come knocking on your door. So when you are not happy with a job, it is better to leave the job than to serve slothfully or dishonestly. Have a proper exit strategy. You are the head of a department, or you are handling something strategic for your company, and you just decided to leave like that. That's not right. That's not cool. You have to give them a proper time. That, oh, sir, I'll be leaving in so time. You understand? Because in Nigeria, people don't respect contracts. Here, you can't just leave. You can't just say you are leaving somebody's job, or somebody cannot just fire you anyhow they like. But we know that there are not much policies that protect people in Nigeria. So plan your exit, because failure to plan is also planning to fail. When failure to plan is planning to fail. So if you don't want to fail in business, you have to have a proper exit strategy. And now when you start your business, you must identify a need. Money is a reward for service. Be a value-added person. Ideas rule the world. People don't pay you for having a good product, for having a good face, or for having a good name, or having a good brand name. People pay you because you brought value to them. You must identify your potential customers, identify your competitions, identify their strengths and their weaknesses, identify the market price. These are things you have to learn while you are being mentored, while you are, being an apprentice. Identify policies that works around your area of business. Identify the requirements, the national requirement, the state requirement, the city requirements. Ideas rule the world. If you have an idea, You know, you also need to also identify all these things, because there are competitions out there. Money is a reward for service. When you are given an opportunity, how do you take the opportunity? You must bring value to your customers. You must do the work with so much passion and with so much zeal. You know, when you get your clients, you do your research. Make sure that you demand, you know, you research on demand and talk to real prospects to validate your ideas. Don't just launch yourself out there. Do your research. And at the end of the day, you will see that all these things will pay off. And finally, networking. Your network determines your net worth. Your network determines your network. You know, talent can win you games, but it is teamwork and intelligence that wins you championship. Talking about, you know, the word of a great man that I love so much, Michael Jordan, you know, the greatest basketball player of all time, arguably, you know, but he is for me, you know. So you understand how teamwork can help you to win championship. You need to build a team. You need to network yourself. And let me tell you this, your networking starts from when you are serving. That's when you start networking. For me personally, you know, most of the jobs I did, they were referrals from the people that I served while I was in my former organization. They were the one that gave me a link that said, go and meet this man, go and meet this woman, go and meet this person. And by meeting them, I had like about 3 or 4 banks that gave me business. There was no customers of my former organization. And from there, God gave me my second house. Because, you know, it was while I was working that my boss gave me my first house. God gave me my second house just because of network. Imagine if I had been slothful while I was working in my organization. Do you think they would have referred me? No. If your network determines your network. All the businesses we did, you know, it was from referral. You know, so all these things, test your product and services, develop a business plan, develop your own marketing strategy, leverage on your relationship, carry out a proof of concept. I don't have much time to talk about this, but a proof of concept is you offering your services or product to your potential customer to use for some time free. And if they like it, then they can come back to you. That is how I got my first big business in Nigeria. You know, build a website, use social media, build a team, perform when you are given a chance. I cannot emphasize this enough. When you are given an opportunity, see it as an opportunity for another opportunity, because your biggest marketer are your customers. They are the one that will refer your services. They are the one that will call somebody on your behalf. So if you don't perform when you are given an opportunity, expect no callback. The company might not even call you back, not to talk of them referring you to somebody else. So you have to see every opportunity you have as an opportunity for another opportunity. And by so doing, you are creating a market for yourself. Do it because you love it. Thank you so much. And I welcome any question. You know, you can send it or you can ask, you know, I believe the organizers will tell us how that can be done. Thank you. It's a pleasure coming to your home once again. It's a pleasure. I will welcome any question coming from any one of you. And God bless you. I'll see you there because you already started on a good note. God bless you.